Good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in internet world. Welcome to another edition of Golden Independence. It's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day today. It's a great day to be alive. It is now 25th of December 2024, 11:45 a.m. in the Isles of Bermuda, my current residence, where I was born. And even in a place that's deemed to be one of the most expensive places to live in, despite its affluence, it's beginning to rot within the inside. I.e., the middle class, are starting to feel the pinch. But again, because of all the distractions in the world, it's even more difficult to break through in such a small community. The sad thing is that many people are going to be forced to leave this country because of prices of goods and or services. But I would say most primarily goods, because when you can't afford, or when you're making the choice of whether or not to feed yourself or keep the lights on, and your mortgage is $1 million, the average Bermuda home, in terms of the middle class, is 1.5 million. I would say that's the average. Right now, housing, well, that was at the time when I acquired a home. I acquired a home um, over a decade ago. That was the average price of a home in the middle class. But now, because of inflation and all the money printing, it affects us as well. And when the housing market crashed, it happened in Bermuda as well. And now the property and real estate is going down. But still, the average is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, several hundreds of thousands of dollars. The average mortgage. And then there's a dilemma of that the generations under us will not be able to afford to even purchase a home, because we're being priced out of the market in terms our economy. And our economy currently is international business. Now, with such a small pool to pull from in terms of companies, actual physical uh, companies, because many companies register here, but they don't have a physical presence. And the few that do have a physical presence, they also have a global presence, which means they could pull from somebody in a different area to work in Bermuda, you know, instead of hiring a Bermudian. And if they do hire Bermudians, it's very few. So there's going to be another, uh, I'll call it an opportunity in the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, right here in Bermuda, I could foresee a lot of property being for sale. And it's going to be much cheaper. It's going to go down. Things are going to go down before they go up. The question is, how long can you wait when it's down before the accretion and the appreciation of the asset? Well, this is what, among many things, the principle applies to Bitcoin. How long can you hold at 90,000? How long can you hold at 50,000? How long can you hold? Even if it was to drop to 80,000, how long can you hold when we reach the new low before it goes to 9 million a coin? Bitcoin is 90,000 now, okay. And like I said, even if it dropped to 80,000 over the next 2 years, how long are you willing to wait before it goes up to 1 million or maybe even 8 million or maybe even 800,000 or 900,000? Because that might be your number. Everybody's number is different for them. Remember, you get the Bitcoin at the price you deserve, and the same goes to the exit. Because when you trade your Bitcoin for your exit, you're giving someone else the opportunity to do what you did. Because your 800,000 may last you the next 20 years in your given jurisdiction. Not everybody has to be a billionaire. Not everybody has to have $1 billion. Not everybody. It's places in this world where if you just had $100,000, you could live off of that for a long time in certain places in the world and live like kings. And you have access to the best of food, variety, rest, relaxation, rejuvenation. There are many places in the world that offer this without having $1 million. So while Bitcoin is trading at these levels, consider how long can you hold in the trenches. That's when you get to unlock. That's when we get to unlock our wealth. When we hold on to the asset long enough. hmm And the same applies to relationships. How long can you hold the relationship even when it's done? Because relationships go up and down. But if you're truthful, they'll be forever. Just something to think about, especially if you're truthful with the principles. One of my mentors once told me that karma is not on the menu because it's complementary. Yeah. See, when you introduce a false or broken monetary system into the world that is connected as it is, eventually its opposite is going to come. And that opposite is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not about getting rich. Bitcoin is about being free from the system, from a system that we were born into. And it's a slave system via fiat. And Bitcoin is its nemesis. The anti-fake. The anti-fake. Bitcoin is real money. It's real money. Someone told the reason why the price isn't going up is because of the OTC market. Well, this is true. However, the OTC market gets their supply from the miners. Now, there are only 480 Bitcoin that gets mined per day. I'm going to say that again. Only 480 Bitcoin gets mined per day. And between BlackRock and MicroStrategy, they are cleaning up the OTC market because the amount that they're buying is outpacing more than what can be mined. So, although they are getting Satoshis or Bitcoin, sorry, from the OTC market, they are also getting it from the exchanges in order to make their orders. And that was from Michael Saylor himself. Michael Saylor even said himself that he goes onto the exchanges, but he does it in a but they do it in a way where they don't go noticed in the market. And I was trying to tell the individual that they have people on these exchanges, and that is their job. Their job is to trade, is to get into the exchanges when they're there, and and just buy up the Bitcoin very slowly. They're buying it up slowly through the day, and right, they're buying it up slowly in little increments, clearing up the orders, not moving it too fast, right? Not moving it too fast. Try to go undetected. They'll go in with the flow. So when it's a big candle, they are within that big candle micro strategy, right? When you see a big candle going up, that's them. When you see a big candle going down, that's them, because if somebody's selling, somebody's buying. So micro strategy is buying all the way up, and they're buying all the way down. That's why it's going in those flows, and hence they are creating the floor. So they are already within the exchanges. They have to be in the exchanges in order for the numbers, because remember, nobody can print. Nobody can print the Satoshis. The Satoshis are the Satoshis. So they have to, so if he's getting more than what can be mined already, he has to get the rest from the exchanges, and that's what he does. And that's from his own mouth. I watched the video myself, and it's on other people's platforms when he was on one of those news channels. And people are taking that clip and putting it on their different platforms of him saying this. Maybe if you put in Michael Saylor talks OTC market, you'll see. You'll see. Out of Michael Saylor's mouth himself, he goes to the exchanges. And we already know that the exchanges, he even said what exchange he's using. He named one of them. One of them is Coinbase. He said his buying from Coinbase, but he doesn't he doesn't move the market. But you're not going to tell me that they have Bitcoin, um, all of that Bitcoin, because in order to sell Bitcoin, you have to have Bitcoin. And if you look at how much Bitcoin Coinbase has compared to how much he has acquired already, MicroStrategy is at 400,000 Bitcoin. He's acquired 400,000 Bitcoin, and he's raising more money, and it's telling you how he's doing it. His rinse, repeat, and his doubling down on the money that he's going to be asking for. He already said that he'll be finished the 42 billion that he raised in 3 months, in the next 3 months, and then he's going to rinse and repeat, but double it. So he's giving you the money. So the next amount of money that he's going to look to raise is 84 billion. That's going to be his next cycle. MicroStrategy's next cycle is going to be 84 billion. He's going to try to raise that. And when he goes through that, he's going to double it again. 168 billion. He's going to look to raise for the next cycle. And remember, this is interest-free money. We can, corporations can. Corporations can, and he figured that out. He figured that out, and he was first to market. He was first to market, and he's killing that market. All power to him. I'm doing what MicroStrategy is doing on an individual level. I'm converting my fiat. I'm converting my fiat into an income producing asset. That allows me to acquire more Bitcoin. It's called digital mining. And I highly recommend that as an individual, you look into digital mining or cloud mining. Look into it. Because like I said, in the future, we are going to be working for Satoshis. That's coming sooner than we think. But I know it's a lot of distractions. It's a lot of distractions. A lot of people distracted today. And as I was saying before, a lot of people are so inundated with these distractions, they don't see how they're being affected and pushed out in the long term, in the long run. But those who position themselves with Bitcoin are going to be the next forefathers and leaders of the revolution within Bermuda. Because we've got to do our best to clean up where we're from as best as we can. As best as we can. And we're going to enjoy every minute of it. Because like I said, we didn't ask for this fiat system. I didn't, no one asked to be born in a slave money system. Nobody asked to be born in that. A slave money system? That means everybody. That means it affects everybody who doesn't know about the system. Because they tell you how to work the system. They tell you how to get your tax breaks and things of that nature. That information is just being talked about now because we are in the information age. We're in the age of technology. And if you have technology, you could communicate far distances instantaneously. Just think of it. It's 2024 now. Less than 100 years ago, this wasn't possible. But look at the speed of where technology has taken us. So imagine what's going to happen with the real money and the assets. Those of us who get involved with digital mining, cloud mining, will be the Fords and the Carnegies and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and the Mansa Musas. Those who get involved now and hold it down while it's down, right? While look, like like in the words of Michael Saylor, get it before it 10x's, get it before it 100x's. That's what he said to himself when he started buying it initially at 9,000. Do we need to do a recap? Michael Saylor was very open, not only about when he bought it, but why he bought it. He was very open. He humbled himself, a rocket scientist. He humbled himself to say, you know what? I need to get this thing at 9,000 before it 10x's. And if you look, and then they show you the chart as to how much Bitcoin he was buying at 9,000. But it shows that the amount of Bitcoin that has been buying lately is not as much Bitcoin as when he was getting it at the 9,000. But yet, Michael Saylor himself is saying that he's gonna buy it at 100,000 and he'll be buying it at 1,000,000. So every time he gets $1 billion, he'll be buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin at $1 million a coin. And then his answer to anybody is, well, I'll still be getting it, $1 million a coin. I'm still getting it at a discount. That's how he's looking at it. I'm still getting it at a discount, even at $1 million a coin, because it's going to go to 10 million. That's the mentality. Matter of fact, then he says it's going to 100x. So it's going to be 100 million. It's going to be 100 million sooner or later. Either way, he's trying to get as much as possible before it does that. That's the mentality. This is how I see the BitBoosters with BitHarvest. It's like buying the machine of the future. The BitBoosters is buying the machine of the future. So therefore, the asset rises to the 10x and the 100x. The value of the Satoshi goes to 1,000x, and then the Satoshi does a 10,000x move. That type of return. This is why the mining of Satoshis is going to be massive. When we start doing $1,000 a day from mining, and on top of that, we have a stockpile because we've been mining from 2024. It's going to come a time where people are just like how people say, oh, I got it, 2012. Like 2012 is that general time where a lot of people made the decision to get into Bitcoin, and they got what they got, and they were able to hold on. They were able to hold on long enough until it was time. You heard these people talk about 2012 as that time. Well, the same is going to be with this next wave of the people who are doing the future of mining. It's going to be the future of mining. And people who got involved with those projects when it initially started, which will be 2024. 2024. Hmm. Where will you be? By the way, it's going to provide um, a lot of wealth for many, especially those who are already connected to me via the BitHarvest network. We are all going to experience wealth on some level, and some will do better than others. It's already people doing better than me. So the word is getting on, right? The word is getting on. People are telling other people about it, and people see the light, and then they're coming. They're coming. It's slowly, and then all of a sudden, right? Slowly, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, my ranking income is going to be $200 overnight, because somebody in Malaysia somewhere signed up to my account, and it's big. It's already big over there. That's why it's so successful. It's big in the Asian world, and they know how important something like Bitcoin is already, because they know about uh, the suppression of capital from governments, and how banks can just control your money. So when an opportunity like BitHarvest shows up, for them it's a godsend. But the people in the Western world, we're doing worse than what's Microsoft done. Microsoft said, well, we don't need it, right? That's how a lot of people feel. The people who think they got money now, the people who think that they're making $10,000 a month and up, or 20,000, 30,000. It's some people making some serious dough on this in this country. A lot of corporate people making big money here, right? We're talking tens of thousands of freaking dollars. But guess what? Things are going to start getting really, really spicy, because inflation's coming, and their paycheck is not going to go up. Rents, right? Rents are going to go sky high. Rent is still going up. Rent is one of the things that continues to go up in Bermuda. This is why it brings me back to being able to see the future, and seeing that it's going to be a lot of people leaving their homes in Bermuda, because they won't be able to afford their mortgages. But those, because I know I'm not the only one in Bermuda who has Bitcoin, but those of us who do have Bitcoin, or involved with Bitcoin opportunities, we will be able to take over that market of being homeowners. But I'll be renting mine out, which will be another asset, another form of revenue. But like I said, that's in the future. That's in another 10 years. And I can see that happening in another 10 years, because, many of us didn't catch the international boom, and we're not even discussing the crypto and AI boom. Because people are still stuck on Netflix, and who won the Super Bowl, and what football league is playing, right? That's what everybody's on up here. They're not, right? The average person is not looking at cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. They don't even know the difference. Even if they did heard, see it somewhere, right? And a place as small as Bermuda. But let it be a rumor, and everybody, let it be a lie. That's how I know. That's how I know that Bitcoin is real. Right here in Bermuda, it's a say a truth. It's a say a truth. Bitcoin is the real deal because not everybody's talking about it. It's the truth. If Bitcoin was a lie, everybody will be, they'll be spreading that thing wrong. They'll be showing, they'll be showing the pictures. Yeah, this thing's fake. This thing, there'll be pictures going everywhere. A whole bunch of memes. If Bitcoin was a lie in Bermuda, everybody would be talking about it. Nobody's talking about Bitcoin in Bermuda. It's got to be the truth. It's got to be real. It's got to be. You just mention it to some people and they're scared. They get scared. Like it's like Bitcoin strikes fear in their hearts. It's funny. Like like they get all shook, like they're gonna go to jail. Oh, I don't. No, I don't want to talk about. Don't want to talk about that. Um, isn't that isn't that thing illegal? You could have that here. Oh mercy. Mm-mm-mm. Well, here we are back at the branch. You're not gonna get where you want to be if you stay in the same place. You know, even if you roll with the punch, don't just stand there and get punched. At least roll because you're moving and you're not in the same place for the person to do it again. Mm-hmm. Right? This is what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin puts us in a position where it could never be done to you again because Bitcoin is freedom money. And as long as you have it or have access to it, you will have the freedom to which you deserve. When it comes to Satoshis, you have the amount of Satoshis that you deserve. So therefore it correlates to the amount of freedom whenever that happens for you. Whether it happens at one shared booster, whether it happens at half a shared booster, or whether it happens at one full booster, or whether it happens with 10 boosters. Hey man, it's crypto millionaires out there already. Even 100 boosters. Even 100 boosters. The system can handle it because it's crypto. I'm not gonna downplay the opportunity. I'm not gonna downplay the opportunity for the crypto millionaires and billionaires to get involved with BitHarvest. It ain't no limit. It ain't no limit to how many you can acquire. There's no cap. There's no cap. There's no cap on it. Literally, double entendre. So if you rather you got it like that, the system can handle it. That's how I know that BitHarvest holds the same principles as Bitcoin. It's for everyone. It's for everyone. And even if you don't have $100, now you have something to work toward. Now you have purpose. Congratulations. And you're welcome. That's right. Don't you want to be free? What price are you willing to pay? And well, when it comes to price, you get the price of Bitcoin that you deserve. Therefore, you get the freedom you deserve. You get the amount of Satoshis with BitHarvest that you deserve. Therefore, you get the amount of freedom you deserve. Oh, man. It's however you want to play it. It's however you want to play it. It's choice. It's options. It's many strategies. But it's all good. But it's all good. So that's all for now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my time, freedom. Have a wonderful day. Bless up.